given that this government has committed to that Paris trajectory of limiting warming to 2 with an aspiration to limit to 1.5, and has set targets which, in my view and in many scientists' view, are inadequate, but nonetheless have set targets. What sort of trajectory of coal-fired power station closures do you think is necessary in order to be on track to meet our Paris commitments? Perhaps Ms Kember, for you.
So the 2035 deadline is interesting because it keeps coming up in a whole lot of different independent studies for emissions reductions consistent with the 2-degree goal that Australia's existing coal stations essentially needed to have closed by the early 2030s. And what that works out to is roughly the rate of about what the equivalent of a Hazelwood a year. This is very similar to analysis that the Climate Change Authority did in their recent special review. The modelling underpinning that looked at a whole lot of different policies and found that for that same emission reduction goal, no matter which policy you used, no matter what assumptions you made about which new technologies came into the market, coal generation needed to exit over the 2020s, and it was all out by 2035.
And switching from coal to clean sources of energy is fundamental to meeting those commitments. And the evidence that you have before you is that it's necessary to do that by about 2035. So this transition is unavoidable, and we can either plan that transition and have an orderly transition where we actually grow jobs, we can grow our economy, and we can actually meet our international expectations. Or we could not do anything and let the market create the change and have a chaotic future where we will in fact lose jobs.
With this in mind, we believe that the federal government needs to develop a plan to deliver a just transition for the coal-fired electricity workers and their communities. This is a sector-wide, cross-state jurisdictional challenge that can only be met with a national response. We believe that the best way for the federal government to deliver a just transition is through the creation of an independent statutory authority.
Because the electricity industry is being restructured. It's already in a crisis. It's not will it be restructured, it is. We do know that AGL, Energy Australia and Origin said they're not extending the life of any of their coal assets. They're not going to invest in upgrades to keep them going longer. They get it, that there's either the orderly exit or the disorderly exit. And the people who get screwed in the disorderly exit are the workers.